Hey, what's up, people? What's going on? Welcome. She has been she has been live for a little while now. It's like I said, and I keep saying, when it rains it pours. It seems that Crystal Station was supposed to be offered money. She did do a stream about 14 hours ago at the time of this live stream, saying that somebody was going to pay her for the going live. So now she again exploring a few things. If I had to add on anything, we'll maybe do some Danielle Larson. But for now, Krystalicious, aka Barbie, Krystal Station, aka Krystal versus the Kitchen, whatever she calls herself. We're gonna get into it. Okay, so here we go, and we got this 9 minutes long. That is not good, but hey, it's all good. Probably Danielle Larson will be doing some more stuff, and then we can go backwards with her and Mr. Larson, and that's how we're gonna do things. All right, let me share my screen. Welcome everybody. Happy Good Friday to you, Charlie's mom, Shannon. What's up? It ain't that. Mindful Edna, how you doing? Sunshine Country Chickens, Dot, Sandra, and everybody else. Really appreciate each and every single one of you. Let's get into this, and we're gonna get started with all this good stuff.
Today. Happy Friday funding. Hello, Spring 2024. Okay, Anchor Grandpa brought me and my sexy baby to New York, Rochester. And we're at the Walmart shopping center right now to let you all know. Yes, this hat, pink and black, my favorite color, came from Detroit. To let you know, 'cause we were there the other day.
Why?
Grandpa goes a lot of places. My ex Tim
He
though used to
does.
live in New York, Rochester, New York.
Wait a second. Okay, so let's get this right. When did I do the live stream? They were on their way to Detroit, Michigan, or should I say rather say Lansing, East Lansing. That wasn't that Wednesday night? And then they got back into Ohio Thursday. Now today they're in Rochester, New York. That is a lot of driving for an older man, a very, very old man, and his vehicle to be driving throughout three different states, right? Because then if were in Ohio, they'd have to go through Pennsylvania as well, right? And then get into Rochester. That is way too much driving, but we'll see. Maybe we'll catch her in a lie. Charlie's mom's like, I call BS. Maybe it's BS. I don't know. Let's go.
New York. He's like a king cobra the second. So am I. If you're in a while, tell me to do it no live chat like I said because it's too much drama at the moment.
Crazy. Why would we go to Rochester, New York? Why is she showing us the stuff in the toilet like that? That's kind of weird. I mean, if you're in the washroom, maybe go to a washroom that is like the family washroom or the washroom for like, either a man or a woman. And then show it is there because the flushing of the toilet is gonna be super annoying. But of course, she doesn't think about this, right?
Better ways. This is the new Jack Link's pork strip spicy dough pickle beef jerky. Big kind of beef jerky that you'll know. Wait now. I give the 8 out of 10 quality.
MBS.
I'll be reviewing this again by itself one day, like in a new apartment. Maybe in Hope. Oakham is East Lansing or Lansing.
Yeah, or why not outside somewhere?
Calories per serving 80 per container to 40. But you're on the back row, do that. I'll buy this again in the future. Very done.
Probably the closest Krystal's been to a shower with that, Sometimes the splash of that water hits you when it flushes like that. Right? Eating beef jerky in a bathroom. And it seems like this seems like it's large enough to be the handicapped stall. So could you imagine if you're handicapped and you have somebody reviewing beef jerky in a toilet that you actually need to use? This is why I'm saying she should have gone anywhere else. I'm sure she could have found a quiet area to show us this beef jerky.
The Hershey's Milklicious milk chocolate with creamy chocolate milk filling of a cow moo.
Substance wonder.
We're doing that. I love chocolate a lot. Trying to still chew the beef jerky. Yeah, wait till I get my textures and I can taste it right now. Like really good. Like taste. But how's everyone? Happy early Easter 2024.
Good Friday it is, Krystal.
Another cow. Chocolate. I give that 5 out of 10 for that. Water. I did not drink all that.
Oh my god. Hopefully she put this in a bag and not directly on the floor because that's even nastier. Please tell me.
Like $20.
Please tell me it's in a bag.
$4 for these. In the March and April, whatever. So much canned my life, that's one. My tooth is missing. The truth. I wish the truth I have no teeth and they won't hurt at all. Whatever. I give whatever. I love water, H2O, since high school. Oh, yeah, the cherry freeze prime hydration drink. That's new.
Why? It's like she's buying all this crap. I actually tried Prime and I don't think it's bad. I tried two flavors and honestly, I only bought it because I wanted to try Prime finally. But to me, it's way too expensive. I can find an energy drink with taurine in it for way less, like half the price or more. Like my go-to would be Red Bull or Monster, even Nas, because Prime is just way too expensive. It's not worth it. $20 for a plastic bottle. Exactly. Why would you be spending so much for that water bottle? It's like she buys all these things that she probably has. I'm sure she has probably about 10 water bottles right now, and she has no idea which black plastic bag in which storage unit it is in. And what does she do? She spends that $20 rather than saving it. I could never. If I was her, I'd go to the storage, I'd start sorting through my stuff so that I can recover items that I need and don't have to go out and buy another $20 water bottle.
It smells so good. I love cherry, strawberry, and watermelon the most. Raspberry, grapefruit, dragon fruit. Oh man, I give this 10 out of 10 because it's that good. And 20 calories. Don't call me right now, please.
Yeah, more money than
Busy
sense,
right now.
exactly.
Another thing. Turn it off.
You can't turn it off, Crystal.
That's annoying.
It's auto flush. Yeah, well, if
Okay,
it's
keep
not
going,
moving,
Jim.
maybe it
That's
wouldn't go
call my
on.
phone right now. It's called a wrap and stop. These are from Speedway now and other gas stations in
Welcome to the chat, Theresa. What's up?
New York or Ohio, Detroit, all over snacks I bought. Like Crispy vs. Kitchen, I'm doing it that way, but full long stream video. I'm a big fan of her. Butterfinger unwrapped mint, that's new. Clear 40 calories. The chocolate.
Right? Can you imagine? She literally just touched the sensor with her hands, and you know how some people are just completely gross. Their hands are unclean, and she literally just touched the same button to auto flush, not turn it off, but it's actually an on because it auto flushes, and then you can press the button if it doesn't auto flush to force it to flush. She literally just touched it. I'm sure there's shit particles on her fingers, and she's now gonna eat a Butterfinger. Please help us on this Good Friday. You just ate like 10
8
people's
out of
shit,
10.
Crystal. You were eating and licking people's shit right now, and you just don't know it. Little finger.
Oh no, I know these a lot for many years. And then calories.
You're wondering if Leslie is in the men's part eating. You know what? I don't put nothing against a crackhead. He'd be eating anywhere and everywhere.
There's the red one. That would be the mixed berry. And the blue one. And that'd be not that's the blueberry grape one. So that's the
So she got gushers now. How you know what? Can you imagine using grandpa's money like this? Because it's the 29th. There's no way Crystal saved enough money to get all these like snacks that actually take away from her life. Like these are things that will lessen your life because your gushers, your butterfingers that you will use as a treat or a snack candy. Maybe every once in a while you treat yourself, but to constantly doing these reviews that are such bullshit, completely bullshit reviews that make no sense, but to buy all these items and actually get less money than the items cost is just nonsense.
Rather lemonade one.
Nancy, what's up?
I get that 10 swivel stars on like the big box can buy. I think I used to need these all the time because they have most of my taste and my smell because of the COVID happening it. And it's
Can you imagine if you did get Uber Eats delivered there, getting your Uber Eats delivered to a bathroom stall? I mean, that's actually not even a bad idea, like to really think about it. People click it for
our
views.
stuff a lot.
Why she's streaming from a bathroom? Privacy, I guess. Hopefully, she didn't lay a log out and then just start streaming right after. I'm hoping she went in there because it was noisy other places. And hopefully, if she did lay a log out, she went out and washed her hands. Like, damn. I'm just thinking about that right now.
I like to bring pop 3 pops for Easter, perfect for basket fillers. I'm like already ate them. Strawberry, blueberries, and watermelons. My favorite strawberry juice. I think Bites tortilla from 7-Eleven speed.
American Girl, what's up? How you doing? Who the hell keeps calling her? Honestly, if I'm really gonna guess who's calling her, who do you think is gonna be calling her right now? Like he he has a O2 device, okay? Who do you think is calling her right now? There's really two people that's gonna be calling Krystal. I would say mostly it's Grandpa because of the right situation, or it could be Leslie because I don't know, maybe a sexy baby Leslie needs her for any and all reasons. Who knows?
Whatever. And I have spicy chops, snack
Bill
mix,
collectors.
jalapeno cheddar.
She ain't no got no credit card. Well, I guess she could be, running from some bills, but she definitely got no credit card. Soil, what's up? How you doing? Long time.
Boy, I think there's some that's in calories.
Yeah, it could be anybody actually. You're right, Sunshine.
Good luck to not be taking this out here. Hot, spicy stuff and not hot, just mild hot. The Muddy Bunnies, mint chocolate, mint chocolate chip, Girl Scout cookies. It tastes like a chicken mix brand mix snack. That's a beautiful I don't know. I like 1 calorie.
What is this? Muddy Buddies. The irony that she's eating a snack called Muddy Buddy. It cannot get any funnier. Are we witnessing? You know how some people used to do that, Sunshine? Okay, you know how back in the day with Walmart, before they used to have the returns at the front, right? Most places used to have returns at the back. So what people would do was go into stores like Walmart, take stuff off the rack, shop around a little bit, go into the dressing room, wait around a little bit, and then bring those back to returns at the back of the store. Because I remember back in the day, I think late 90s, even to early 2000s, the returns were always at the back of the store, but now it's at the front of the store because of reasons like this. So some people would even like take food and snacks and go to the washroom and then they'd eat it in the washroom and then they would leave. That's why a lot of places now they don't even allow you anything. Like you have to leave your cart in its entirety outside of the washroom because people used to do all sorts of stuff in there.
I'll give that 10 out of 10.
You best sell
I
us
like
watching
all
this.
of them. I eat them and eat them and buy more because they're that good with that stuff. I should have done this back in 2010.
Muddy Buddies. Love it.
Drink the water. Here, my
All right, there we go.
Krystalicious. Please subscribe and smash the thumbs up like button. I need 4,000 subs now.
Look at her thumb up now.
They're done with that video.
All right, so she practically left because somebody came into the washroom. All right, we're gonna watch the one just before this. She was in the car driving, so I haven't seen this. Shout out to HRH. HRH put me onto this because I had no idea that she streamed that late. So shout outs once again, HRH. Thank you so much putting me on. Home Depot was the only place that would do returns without a receipt. Yeah, some places, number one thing, they will not do any returns without a receipt. Some places. Other places, they're okay with it. It really just depends.
What are you doing? Oh. In Lansing. I have to do this so someone's supposed to give me $50. They're CSO money now. I'm live right now. Forgot your name though. You said if I go live, give me money. Okay. It's like has purple hair and she's real, not fake. Let's see if it's real though.
Yeah, Larson.
Love? Is that the Love gas station? Yeah, it is up there too. Oh, that was Portland, wasn't it, with the Love gas station? We're in Portland, aren't we? You haven't seen nothing on here to let you know nothing.
When you got on live before they lied to you.
No one's watching at all.
I see.
Why not? Time is it? 11:47. Yeah, but people are up till 3 or 4 a.m. Right?
11:47.
And who are you watching me right now? Oh my Jared. I love you. Thank you, Courtney. How are you doing?
She meant oh my gird. It's oh my gird. Not Jerd. Gird. Let's go honest.
Yay. Bunny Chocho said yay. Hi, Smurf. How are you? I saw Kai, Aunt Jojo. Hey, Melissa. How are you all doing tonight? Just got back from Detroit. Now we're going back to Lansing, right? Krystal, we love you. Thank you. Hi, Krystal. Hello.
Yeah, I don't think she's in New York because this late at night, you were in Detroit, you're going back to Lansing, and then all of a sudden at like 3, 4 o'clock, you show up in Rochester, New York. It's possible. It really is possible, but that's a lot of driving around for angry grandpa to do.
Hello, Krystal. I'm up all night. Sometimes I'm not up all night. I used to go to bed at 8:30 and get up at 4 or 5 a.m. I'm on through Friday. I'm trying to go on medication to get back to who I used to be when I was 25 years old. And I want to say this right now.
I just told you. Did you? Wait till she's done.
What you doing, girl?
I explained to you.
Oh my God.
You drunk. Okay, Krystal. You drunk your last one. I
was trying to say something to him. So don't ruin my good vibes.
He's the one trying to ruin your good vibes.
It's Grandpa doing it. We miss you. Thank you.
Really?
The truth is, that YouTube channel of I'm Not Krystal Station here, that's Keith and Heather doing it with Marty. That's the truth, you all. That's who's doing it. That's not my YouTube channel. Mine is Krystalicious Station. Here, that's my YouTube channel. Stop talking, okay. Leslie, please. And Grandpa, please. I'm on live YouTube. That's
shout outs to all those Krystal clip channels. They're doing really well. At first, I didn't think there would be I don't know, a base for this sort of stuff, but I've been proven wrong. Those Krystalicious, aka Barbie Crystal Station clip channels are actually doing extremely well with thousands of views each clip. So congrats to whoever is doing those clips out there. Keep doing your good stuff.
Rude.
Okay.
And another thing, the Truth Marty Music Biz, that's Gordon Flowers, Texas, PP, Texas.
Is not Gordon Flowers. Okay, Chet Goldstein is Gordon Flowers. So what's the other name? There's Chet Goldstein, Gordon Flowers, and he has another name that I can't remember. But I've watched Chet Goldstein for years. I even watched Chet Goldstein before the EDP stuff. I was watching Chet Goldstein with their very first catch that they didn't take seriously. They were just doing it for one summer because I remember it started in the summer. They were hanging out. They didn't like that this was happening to kids online, so they decided to catch the sicko that was doing it. I was there when it happened. Well, not really there, but like online there. And ever since then, I kept on watching them. Then he started spreading his Predator Poachers channels. I remember there was Predator Poachers Toronto, because then Predator Poachers Toronto popped up back in like 2021. And I was like, man, this guy's doing good. Then there was Predator Poachers New Jersey with Rami. But Rami was a snake, and Rami decided to change over the channel to Poachers Alliance. But that's all history, okay? Chet Goldstein, aka Gordon Flowers, is not Music Biz Marty. They do look similar, I'll give it that. Pretty big guys, right? With like orange hair, but they're not the same person.
This is the Predator, to let you all know. He goes by Nicholas C.
I know it's not a predator. He's a Chet Goldstein's a predator catcher, not a predator catcher. I hate this. I hate this misinformation that happens online. It's so sick and sad.
P. Texas, the Predator, to let you all know. He goes by Nicholas C. Bingler. That's him. He's a giant, and you're ugly. And Leslie and me don't want you. We're straight. Like Carrie Underwood straight. We'll never want you because Leslie, you think he's ugly.
Yes.
See, Tony, my man only likes women, don't you?
Yes.
And the truth, I only like men, like Paul Walker. It's past your bedtime. Get off YouTube.
Yep.
Who are you? Tell me what to do. No, good luck with that. You're not my mother.
I know that. Why?
I don't know, but another thing, I will get my job back at Michigan State and Peckham one day because I'll pray to Peter Popoff, who is a priest, and Kevin Berry from My Hope Church. He's a priest, and I pray on them all the time with my brain and my mind.
Does she even remember her own lies? Because how many times has she told us that she still has the job there? She even showed us her ID like a month ago saying that she still works there. Now it's, oh, I'm going to get my job back. So which one is it? Is it either you still do work there or you're trying to get your job back? Well, you can't get your job back since she's now allegedly in Rochester, New York, of all places. Like, what are you doing in Rochester, New York?
And my necklace, that's a dragon pendant necklace.
Yep.
I wear all the time.
That's 60 minutes to get home, babe.
Okay, but I'll talk and catch you all. This is part one. Part two is coming. When I get back to Michigan to our new place, I'm doing it in the closet. Just tell way more if Leslie don't talk. I love you all. I didn't say no names, did I?
All right. So there you go. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me mark the times properly. We're gonna get into some more stuff. I'm not sure if Krystal. Let me check if Krystalicious Station is active. No, she isn't active. So we're just gonna do some Daniel Larson. So I've been getting into some Daniel Larson. Some people are liking it, some people find it okay. But Daniel Larson was back. It was called "Why Do People Always Say Different Things to People About Family Members That Aren't True?" Okay. What is that about? Should I say what is that about? Do it in Canadian style. What is that about? I have no idea, but we're gonna find out. Speaking of which, Daniel Larson is saying to Bob, if you know who Bob is, Bob has been a gentleman by so many different standards. He's trying to get $10,000 from Bob because Bob just can't hand over 10 grand, right? Who here in this chat can just easily give another person $10,000? Well, not me for sure. Like you can't just, that's a lot of money, $10,000. Well, at least for me, that's a lot of money. Hey, holy moly, what's going on? All right, so let's see what Daniel Larson is about. He wants $10,000 from Bob to fix all his problems. After the 2 to 3,000 he gets from Bob every month. Can you imagine you get $2 to $3,000 from somebody, and on top of that you want 10K? A lot of us here could live off $2 to $3,000 a month if somebody's giving us that money. But that's a lot of money. Exactly, Bourgeois B. Perfect wording with this. As Bourgeois B says, independently wealthy people tend to be quite frugal and don't give handouts. Yes, they'll give you advice, but they will typically not like to give out handouts.
Alrighty. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alrighty. So I don't know why this is, but every single person in my life lies about everyone like it's ridiculous. Nobody in my life says I don't even know how to really say it.
Up,
right
Amp
now,
Amy, how
but
you
it's
doing?
like,
Who's this guy? Long story, but Daniel Larson has been around for a couple of years. He's been in and out of trouble lately with the law because he's been a fugitive of justice, aka not showing up for his court cases. So whenever there's something scheduled, he doesn't show up, even though people remind him, hey, you have a court case tomorrow, the day after, or in 3 days. He says that's another person and not him, even though clearly you can look at the docket number, the court case number, and if it matches up to yours, it's you. Because how many Daniel Larsons are there that need to show up for court in Boulder, Colorado? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. He's completely delusional. He's also a PDF file. And what else am I missing? He is in love with Grace Vanderwall, which isn't so much of an issue now since she's 20, but he was in love with her when she was a minor, which is completely disgusting considering he used to jerk off to her when she was a minor. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of gross things on TikTok. He's exposed himself. He's been seen multiple occasions talking to children as young as like 10, 11, 12 years old. In fact, it seems he prefers it.
my mother, okay, my biological mother, in a phone call last year. So my biological mother a year ago, in a phone call, told me about supposedly, and the reason why I'm saying supposedly, because I don't know, okay? Like I said, my biological mother gave me this information in a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Said that when I got signed up for disability housing right before my grandmother passed away.
Yep.
Okay. And got it ready for me to move in. I wasn't supposed It was supposed to be temporary. The disability.
How do people like this have a platform? It seems before the social media was so huge and a thing, people like this would be typically ostracized by society, right? But these days, social media is like a dual-edged sword where they, in many ways, are still ostracized, but they're also platformed where people have a keen interest to see what they're doing. One, because they're just super curious of why this guy is the way he is. Some people are trying to keep an eye on him. Some people want to screw his life up because there's people out there that try that. But I've noticed with so much people like Cyrax, like Jupiter the Hybrid, Daniel Larson, etc., etc., etc. People like that are given platforms and a sense of not even fame, but more infamy. And they do get donations and monies from people because of this.
And it was like got put in jail. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what my mother told me. My mother took me away from him because he was abusive, but he was never the abusive one. It was my mother. My mother says that same thing about my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find suspicious.
Charlie's mom, maybe you should start a channel. You never know. Might get some success.
And what I find suspicious is growing up, my grandmother, Nancy, who passed away of cancer when I was, I think, 18 or 19, somewhere around in there, also told me that my mother and father were both not to be trusted. And
you make a good point. Yeah, there are a lot of depraved people who make trolling people like this their life, like the managers and management of this guy. Some people are even super young. I was looking through the list of managers as far back as 2020, and some of these people that were trolling Daniel Larson were as young as like 14 years old. I'm like, seriously, you're 14 and you're trolling Daniel Larson to that level? Like, it's really eye-opening to me when I was looking through this. Health demise streams are what's up. Yep, a lot of people like those as well. As long as they aren't pedos, people will throw them money. People throw this PDFL money, and you know what he does or talks about, and tries to be around little kids, and they still throw him money.
unfortunately, now that I'm 25 years old, looking back on my childhood, I would have probably done a little bit better if I stayed with my mother. Like, I'm being honest about that. I would probably not have been, well, my financial situation would be a lot different, I believe. And if I was in California with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
I believe my financial situation would be different.
It all went downhill when he left the home he was good and comfortable at. Then now he's been homeless multiple times. He's been in hotel rooms, motel rooms. I'm not even sure. Is he out of jail? Yes, this was only a couple hours ago. He's been out of jail for a few days now. So within the past, I would say, since when did he go to jail? It was like February the 1st or something like that, or the 3rd. Let me make sure, but we're still in jail arc. It is still jail season for. So the first time was February the 3rd. Then he got released on March the 1st, and he went back to jail March 19th, and he got released March 22nd.
I don't know how to say it. I really don't right now. But
Charlie's Mom, people would watch you. There are niches where people like that sort of stuff. Like, if you have a story and people wanna, see you succeed, just try. You never know. Just, try. And if you want me to shout you out, I can. I can at least do that for you being around. I appreciate you.
and now 2025 for the past 4 years in Columbia Records, me and LBI Entertainment, what Rick
Hey,
Yorn
I
says,
like groceries.
but things changed so fast on a daily basis. Bob told me he couldn't keep up. And that's understandable.
What happened with the record company that Bob couldn't keep up? I'm sorry.
And that's understandable. But looking back, all this time, now where things are today, trying to figure all this out.
He's only saying this. I will add, he's only saying all of this because he's broke and Bob won't give him 10 grand. If he was okay, if he was in a hotel or a motel room, he definitely would not be saying anything remotely close to this. But he's the type of person that will just talk so much shit because he wants Bob to help him out of any and every situation that he himself has placed himself in. So we'll see if Bob helps him. It seems they say Bob's running low on money because if you don't know, Bob has paid for studio time, his music stuff, his housing, his food, lawyer fees, trying to get him out of trouble, the multitude of times that he's freaked out, spurged out, and got himself in trouble, like Olive Garden incident, the hotel incident of late. The latest freak out was like a couple of days ago when he had a breakdown on TikTok. By the way, he got banned on TikTok on the 26th of March, so 3 days ago, most likely due to that freak out. So if you watched it, you watched it. But is this guy better than music than Cobes? I would say so, yes. If I had, well, actually, yes and no. Whoever is his music producer, the guy who does the mixing and I guess vocal attenuation, changes his vocals up, makes him sound really good. So if you want to Google Daniel Larson and music, his songs will come up and he actually doesn't sound bad. But if you've ever seen or heard Daniel Larson sing on live, he sounds really bad. So in terms of how a music producer can change you to make you sound decent to good, he has a really good music producer, but that's why Bob has spent thousands of dollars. So if I'm supposed to say anything, I would say Daniel Larson finished work is really good compared to like Cobes, compared to like DLF, compared to Cyrax. Cyrax's dancing is actually not bad. Cyrax is a good dancer. He's an okay rapper. Like some songs he's okay, other songs he's not okay. Yeah, share her link. Go ahead. You can do whatever you want, Anthony. Don't need to ask me. Claudia, what's going on? Yeah, get some courage back up, Charlie's Mom. We're here for you. I'm sure you'll do well. I can always post updates across all my channels. Um, give you an audience across different time zones and countries. He and Cobes should form a band. Can you imagine Cobes, Cyrax, DLF, and Daniel Larson? That's a how do you put it? That is a no, I'm not even gonna use the word for a group of crows. That would be a crash of PDF files. Get it? A crash of PDF files? That's not even funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny. They all do like kids though. I'm not even joking with you. I don't know what it is with these guys and children. It's the manipulation factor. He's manipulative, so is Cyrax. The Howard House Band. Yeah, that would be a very appropriate name. Uh, sure, Claudia. Aunt Amy, could you put the link to Claudia's channel? You won't be attending the concert. Well, what genre? Like Daniel Larson's country, though, DLF is more like rock heavy metal. Cobes would be more like that, right? Like grungy tech, like dark metal, right? And Sarex is a rapper. Are they really gonna come together? I don't know. Thank you, Aunt Amy. Appreciate you. So he's still cold, probably still has thin pants on. Spent a lot of his money earlier on fine dining because he does eat at really nice places all over the place. Which is another thing. It's like WTF. If you're gonna be short on money, conserve. Because it's not like he doesn't get hundreds of dollars a week. Remember, Bob gives him 2 to 3 grand a month. But Bob's has been cutting him off lately because he'll just spend the money, which is another issue with people like Krystal and Leslie, Danielle Larson. As soon as they get any type of money, what goes in their head is just to spend it off and then beg for more. No sense of conservation, no sense of anything. So he says that he's gonna be walking a lot. That he does 50 to 75 miles a day, which is practically impossible. As last night we figured it out, the average human being can walk 1 mile in 15 to 22 minutes. So there's no way you're doing 50 miles if the average person can walk a mile in 15 to 22 minutes. There's no way.
Everybody. Ooh, I can barely talk. It's so cool. This is dangerous.
Don't even know where he is. Says he was gonna go back to Boulder, I believe. All right, we're gonna catch up with the last Daniel Larson right now. He did stream for a little while this morning, so at least let's catch up with these ones. Then after that, can't believe it's a Friday. Friday again. Time flies when you're having fun or you're just busy, right? So he's been walking a lot.
Alrighty.
Yeah, TGIF.
So we get a couple more people to join. So last night was probably one of the worst nights of the entire year. I couldn't feel I literally couldn't feel my body. That's how cold it was. I could not feel anything other than just shivering.
Sometimes I do feel bad for him, but then I remember he gets like 2 to 3K a month from Bob. He gets hundreds of dollars a day. He can easily make $100, $200, or $300 a day from fan meetups, donations, and whatnot. There's no reason for him to be out on the street when he could literally rent a room somewhere. What's up, Jay Harrod? That just makes me think that he is just really bad with money. But anybody that comes around him, if you don't sustain his behavior, and if you go against his behaviors, he wants to get rid of you. So it's just really bad. Monty, what happened to the guy who you watched and spoke to his mother? That is Dragon Lord Frodo. He's still around. Dragon Lord Frodo, the last time he got a job, he's been doing well. He's been ignoring me and not paying attention to good old Monty, but he's still on YouTube doing his thing. He's calmed down a lot. He's not doing his shock content as he used to.
So now I'm moving into, I guess, full-on survival. Bob doesn't want to talk to me anymore. He's angry at me. He says Tina Vanderwall and Vanderwall family needs to start stepping their game up if they want me to be engaged. They can't expect me to do anything right now with my legal cases until they help with that. That's what Bob is saying. And I found out some shocking information yesterday as well that involves Bob. Bob keeps threatening if I continue to talk about him at all, he's going to get the FBI on me.
I don't think
which
Bob's
he
doing
can't
that.
legally do that. But he's just being...
Well, actually, it depends. He could legally do that if under certain conditions. So if you are a threat to him, plus a multitude of other people, like if you start talking about the B word, which he has talked about, the B word, the one that goes, makes big sounds with fire and it, which word I'm talking about. The FBI will get involved with that. Even Homeland Security will get involved with that. So it really does depend on what kind of threats he has been saying to Bob, because the FBI, Homeland Security, other agencies will and can get involved.
A total dickhead. So I'm on the run pretty much. I'm completely on the run. Bob told me to do it.
You're getting high top shoes at Sense of Wonder? What kind of high tops you getting? Nikes?
Bob told me that the court needs to realize that I don't have a job, I'm self-employed, and I'm innocent. So Bob manipulated my way and manipulated my court cases to where I now have to basically be on the run, which is kind of fucked up. But I'm not going to go to jail and sit there for something that I'm innocent for.
How is he
Bob
innocent?
Extremely...
How is he innocent? Because one of the cases is the Olive Garden incident. How is he innocent with that. You were literally seen committing multiple crimes on camera, Daniel Larson. The Olive Garden incident's one of will be considered one of the top 5 or top 10 incidents. Some people might consider it number 1, but it was bad. Like the stuff that he was doing was bad there, and that was only back in December of all places, just a couple months ago.
Abusive. I don't know what has happened to him. He's not the way he used to be. He's a abusive, manipulative son of a bitch, is what he is.
So let me recap the Olive Garden incident. Happened December 10th, 2023. He was fueled by management. So once again, when I talk about management, these are people that have been trolling Daniel Larson and feeding his delusion of a sense of grandeur. So pretty much what he thought was going to happen, that he was having this huge meeting with Grace Vanderwall, Tina Vanderwall. They're all going to meet at Olive Garden to go over certain things with Grace in his relationship that is very non-apparent. And he decided to try and get a table for 8 people. He was filming inside. He started cursing at all the staff. He then started to attempt to perform a citizen's arrest on everybody inside the Olive Garden. And then at, the prompting of his chat, decided to pull the fire alarm, and he got arrested for it. Rightfully so. It was really bad.
And I'm saying it for what it is. He has a problem with me. He tells me what my problems are, but when I call him out for the slightest, smallest thing, he gets angry. And it's time he needs to realize that he has the issue too.
The 80s and 90s fashion trend should be brought back, man. Bring back corduroy, bring back hairspray, bring back thick socks. Bring back those funky colors of clothing. Bring back some windbreakers. Jean jackets, windbreakers, thick socks. What else?
Just because I punched him is not an excuse.
What? Just because you punched him is not an excuse? That is a huge thing to do to somebody. He does physically assault Bob. Gotta run. Okay, holy moly, have a great one. Take care of yourself.
Just because I punched him is not an excuse for him to not do what is literally written on paperwork before my grandmother died. Before my grandmother died, he signed a paper stating that I were to live at his house. And he promised that on paper.
I gotta look into why Daniel Larson isn't living at Bob's place. I think he needed more help that Bob wasn't able to give, because Daniel is a lot to handle. Like I said, I've listened to interviews of people that were in charge of the care of Daniel Larson, and they are all saying he's extremely manipulative, and you have to be careful of him and what he does. In fact, one of the places was like, animals aren't allowed around Daniel Larson because, trigger warning, he'll have sex with them. So this guy said that his cat was assaulted by Daniel Larson, and his cat was no longer allowed, or any animal allowed, around Daniel Larson's room, because he caught Daniel Larson with his pants down and the cat in a very precarious position. I'm like, what a sick piece of shit this guy is.
That never happened. And so I've been homeless. And I have the legal documents to prove it. And it is also true, Bob has been refusing to give my mother and my father my phone number. So they have been struggling to get.
So then if you know that your mother and father are trying to contact you, why don't you contact them? Like, I don't understand why Bob has to be the middleman. It don't make no sense to me.
A hold of me, apparently.
You can't believe he hasn't been seriously injured. Well, a lot of people don't like him, and he needs to be careful because the more times he's out in and around, Boulder and Denver, Colorado, the more people are kind of looking for him. Cause yeah, like the type of stuff he's done in the past is a lot of it is not cool.
So my music as well, this is what this entire screen is about. Because Bob wants to be a dickhead, doesn't want to do anything that is on written paperwork and contracts and legal documents, since he's not giving any shit about it. I have gotten
He's so dependent on Bob.
access to my music distribution. So I've gotten access to my music distribution, and I changed the minimum payment amount to $10,000. So I'm either now going to rot in jail until trial, because I will be taking it to trial for a stupid case I'm innocent for.
Right.
Or
We've seen the tapes,
Bob
Daniel.
pays my bail. Bob pays for what he needs to do. And I have access to the music distribution. So I will be able to tell if that minimum amount.
All right, if you're lost right here, what's been happening is that there's a lot of trolls that have acted as Daniel Larson's manager. So he keeps talking about distribution deals. These are what these managers or management do, is troll him. And there have been a lot over the past few years. The latest one is called Dylan Clark. Dylan Clark has his own history in terms of call-in SWATs on schools. And don't get Dylan Clark confused with Clark, because Clark was a more known manager that was with Daniel since the fall of 2023. He left. He proclaimed that he is retiring as of March the 1st, 2024. So that was the start of this month. So Dylan Clark has taken over from Clark. Warren is also pretty infamous. People are saying it's actually possible that Warren is an alias of Flexburger, which is an OG manager from about March 2021 and one of the first managers ever, because I think the only manager or management before Flexburger is Roach Records, but Roach Records quit after becoming unaware of the pedophile behaviors of Daniel Larson from the Pinterest leak. So if you know about the Pinterest leak, you know what I'm talking about. All right, take care, Claudia. Have a great one.
For the music distribution payout gets changed. But yes, I did put my music distribution payment amount at $10,000. So I guess everybody's going to need to check out my music now. $10,000, yes. I'm gonna force this apartment and force this housing one way or another.
Yeah, nothing wrong with thrifting. Thrifting is amazing. You find really good deals.
Bob doesn't want me in Denver, Colorado anymore. And his excuse is that it's too dangerous and the courts are after me. And it's making him go bankrupt. I apologize for sending threats to Bob. I apologize for hitting him. But at the same time, I have every single right to be angry, to be upset, because I've been literally on the streets suffering for almost 5 years now, on and off since I was 20 years old. I'm now 25 years old, and the guy lives in a fucking mansion.
I'm not really sure if Bob lives in the mansion. Can anybody confirm or deny this? I gotta look this up more on Bob, because I know a little bit about Bob, but not a lot about Bob. Alright, smash that like button if you're just coming in, peeps. Appreciate it. So we're gonna wrap up this Daniel Larson stuff. And I'm not sure where Foodie Beauty is at, but I will find out. Still think she probably is banned for a week. Who knows? And that is it. All right, people. Thanks so much for hanging out with me with this crystal stuff. If more things come up, I'll probably be back. But for now, I will bid you adieu. And I will see you all another time. Make sure to smash that like button for me. It really helps me out. I think I'll probably stream on Filtrum. My inaugural stream for Filtrum. Probably do some For You page, aka FYP on TikTok stuff. If something interesting comes up. One thing that is interesting is that Deidro is back. So if you're into like Chelsea art, Elphaba, Evil Queen, Miss Red, Deidro type of stuff, a lot of like British stuff, then I'll see you over there. Late to I'm sorry, Ziggy. You know what? Catch the replay, Ziggy. I will I'm sure I'll catch you another time. But thank you so much, Ziggy, for being here. I really do appreciate you. Take care, people. Have a great one. See you later.